Good day. I'm not sure what time you're tuning in, but know that it's the divine right time for just coming and joining me for a little bit of rest and recharging our batteries. At the time that I've been making this recording, there's a lot of wildfires that are moving across Portugal and Spain. And there's one so close to my old home and project, Ahimsa Food Forest and Permaculture Project in Viseu near Satao, where the forest, I still have that relationship with the forest. It's where it called my name, it's where it helped me heal. So I have a very, very in-depth relationship with such a sacred space. So it's very interesting to see how things are panning out over there, and my responses and reactions, my connections with Simon, and all I believe are well at this time. The fire started just behind them and then spread out across a fair bit of Ferreira Davs, joining eventually with the other huge fire, which now makes it pretty much the biggest wildfire in Portugal. So it's certainly causing some huge change over there. As ashes fall like rain and smoke gets carried across the continents, and bearing witness to even so much, and despite the heartache and the heartbreak that I'm witnessing, there is so much to be grateful for. The fires have ignited the community spirit, not just within Portugal, but beyond. And after the fires die down, know that spirit too remains. This morning I read a story of an 80-year-old forest keeper in Portugal who lost his entire home and only had what he stood up in. A GoFundMe reached over €70,000 before they closed, and they're able to help him rebuild his life. Things like that are so touching and so poignant at this time. There's things like Fogos PT, they do their best to update everyone, and it's all that we have to hold on to, apart from Google's amazing service showing where the satellite image is showing where they believe it's spread and where it could possibly spread to next. They keep us up to date on the road closures, things like that. The bomberos, they're truly phenomenal. Most of them are volunteers. I think almost every single one of them is a volunteer. And the incredible skill that's needed and practiced all day, every day. The firefighting family, that it spreads beyond Portugal, Simon's a retired firefighter, and there's something, when you're a firefighter, you have this connection and respect with all firefighters worldwide. I know that Simon's colleagues went over to train in Portugal to learn what his firefighting family could share from what they know about wildfires and firefighting to bring it back to the UK. We also know that people travelling as far from Canada just to support our needs, and it really is truly amazing that we do have such global support and family. The police and GNR are working on prevention, and they know from experience prevention's the best option. The roads get closed, the evacuations go on around the clock. they too support the communities that they live in and that they serve and protect 24/7. So I really am grateful how communities are showing up and growing up as one. They connect, they're providing shelter, they're supplying food and drink and clothes, and of course that much needed human connection. And after nothing remains, or so it appears, but ash and stone, the community spirit helps rebuild the community spaces and places. People come out and help clear up. They help share their resources, and even years later the community spirit continues to repair and renew. So I know people that have lost their things, that have had their entire home burned down and everything in it consecutively, and still they carry on and they find that strength and that resilience. So it truly is a phenomenal thing. So my thought was to pull a card, an oracle card. I thought, how can I serve? I thought, we shall pull an oracle card. And I took a moment to feel into the whole situation and the fires, and when I pulled out a card, I received the phoenix and the word right written on it, and the number 42. And I seen 42 and I wondered whether the creator of the cards knew about 42 being the meaning of life, according to Douglas Adams in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. And the rite, well, it certainly is a rite of passage when everything you know changes. And natural disasters do that, as do things like huge health issues, where one part of our life changes, it's never going to be the same. Similar to becoming, you get to a certain age and all of a sudden you're an adult and you're no longer a child and you have all the responsibilities of being a grown up. So it certainly is a rite of passage when something so huge as a fire comes in and changes everything that we thought was, or that we've been accustomed to for a long period of time. And I love animal symbolism, and this card led me on a journey to explore the mythological bird with its origins that have been traced back to Greece and Egypt. In Greece, it's associated with date trees, which are able to withstand fire, and the fruits are said to bring immortality. I don't know about immortality, but they certainly keep you regular. And in Greece, at the dawn of the sun, what happened was the phoenix was said to fly in and bathe in the wells. And as it bathed in the well, the sun god would come and listen to it. And at the end of its life, it made a nest with like aromatic woods, then set itself on fire, the nest, until it was consumed by flames, and from the ashes a new phoenix will be born. The new phoenix will create an egg with the ashes. It would turn into myrrh, and the phoenix would then go and take it onto the altar. So as a kind of gift for the sun. And in Egypt it relates to the African heron, the Bennu. And when they flooded the land in the Nile valleys, the Bennu would come. And it was a symbol for them of rebirth and immortality. The Bennu was linked to Osiris, the god of the underworld, and the sun god Ra. Anka is Arabic for the word phoenix, and it symbolises resurrection after calamity. The phoenix is also a huge part of Chinese mythology. The Chinese phoenix, you can see it on a lot of the plates and the embroidery and things, was known as Feng Huang, and it was an ornamental pheasant that was believed to be the king of all birds and a symbol of good fortune. And it symbolised the sun, fertility and abundant harvest and longevity. In Chinese art particularly, the phoenix was used by the Chinese imperial family as a symbol of the empress, and it related to supreme grace and beauty, and it is said only to be seen in times of peace. Phoenix and dragon come together as the two guardians of cosmic balance, symbolising the union of masculine and feminine. So that led me to find the story of the dragon and the phoenix, and I've recorded it and shared it separately. So if you wish for a bedtime story this evening, do look it up, because the courage shown in the story by the princess Mei Ling was truly phenomenal, and the learning about the masculine strength and the feminine grace was truly amazing, to be quite honest with you. And it really does show how that when life has lost its balance, by focusing on where the imbalance is, you can bring life, you can birth life back into being. And so how do we come back to ourselves when all around us is challenging us and challenging the very being of ourselves? So I took a moment to come outside and to sit. I'm sat on the grass here, and my feet are touching the earth, because it's so important to allow ourselves to come to centre. And while we're surrounded by great challenge, we must, to remain resilient and to maintain our composure and our clarity, we must take time to just allow ourselves to be. And we can only do that when we feel safe and we feel at home. So if we take a moment to just bring ourselves back into being, there's so many little exercises that we can do. So one simple exercise is to take your shoes off and take your socks off and stand on the earth, whether it's the sand or the grass or mud or dirt or dust. It's all truly phenomenal. Sitting or standing on rocks is also a beautiful thing for grounding. So wherever it is and whatever you can do, whether it's a pavement, or whether you're able to actually stand on grass, or stand at a beach, do allow that to happen. Another thing that can be really helpful right now is to take some time to listen to nature. Listen to the birds, and just be with what is. Can you take that moment to just witness what is, and how, regardless of fires, floods, volcanoes erupting, which are all happening right now as we speak, nature has this incredible resilience to come right back every time, all the time. And that truly is a phenomenal thing. And maybe we've talked about the element of earth grounding. If you get a shower, you can use the element of water, and you close your eyes in the shower and you allow the water to wash away anything that's no longer working for you. Allow it to wash away all the stress, all the strains, and imagine the water cleansing you and cleaning you and taking away all that no longer serves down the plug hole or off into the earth, where the earth transmutes that no longer serves and returns it to clean and pure and whole. Connecting also to the element of air. If we always take a pause, I always do, don't I? I always talk about pause practice, and it's just taking that moment to just pause and be with the breath, noticing the breath. You don't have to take that conscious breath, that deep breath in, and be with that. Because sometimes if you can just be and allow yourself to recognize you're still breathing, you're still here, and you still do belong, it can really make such a difference. So, another way would be to sweep the body whenever you're done, and we just simply take our hand and we just sweep away. Or we can do it with a feather or do it with our hand all over our body and sweep the entire body and just flick everything off so it goes back to the earth, goes through to the element of air and then down to the earth where it will be cleansed and healed. And now we're going to just take a moment, and I'm going to channel out some Reiki. So what happens with Reiki is we don't drive while we're receiving Reiki. We do not operate heavy machinery. Reiki is a universal energy. It is a life force, and it comes through the person who is channeling the energy, and it comes through those people or persons, and it then comes out through their heart chakra out into the world. It can be done remotely, as we're doing now. So as it's always done intentionally. So you speak to the universe as I wouldn't say a master of Reiki, although I am a Reiki master. You can, basically anyone with level 1 Reiki can tune in to the universal life force and channel it intentionally. I'm sure you can without a level 1 Reiki, but it helps to have the level 1 Reiki to have the understanding of Reiki. But when you allow yourself to be the channel for Reiki, you're simply saying to the universe, please, I would like to be a channel of universal energy, and I would like to channel that energy into the people, the places, and the things that are around me right now, or the people, places and things that have been affected by the wildfires or natural disasters. For me personally today, my intention is, dear universe, please allow me to be the channel, to channel universal life force, to allow and enable people to open and receive, to receive your power and your energy for the highest good in whichever way it will serve. Whenever they tune into this recording, right here, right now, today and every day, because it will be the divine right time to receive. So those that are willing to open and receive will receive this energy, this life force, life source from the universe, which will help them to heal and recover who they were before the world told them what to be. And now I'm allowing myself to be the channel that is directing the energies through me to you. With remote Reiki, which is what this is, Reiki is tripled in its energy. So you can do, usual Reiki sessions last 45 minutes in person, but when we provide Reiki through a remote service, a 15-minute session is the equivalent of a 45-minute session. There's something about distance. You see, with universal energy there is no distance, but it does amplify. So allowing yourselves to open to receive this amazing life force, knowing this will work for highest good. And highest good can be that you sleep better. Highest good can mean that you receive more clarity. Highest good might mean that you just get that chance to just sit and be with me right now. Allow the wind that's behind me and around me to speak to you and to blow away your troubles. As the wind says, this too shall pass. Allow the elements of water to wash away all that no longer serves. Allow the bird song to sing and sing to your spirit and revive you as it sings the song of life. Allow the earth to hold you, knowing that you are held, whether you're alone or whether you're in community. The earth, Pachamama, has always got your back. All the resources that you need, all the medication she provides, everything comes through nature. For that is the nature of things, to support life. Even the ashes become the fertilizer that help heal the land so it can regrow. You have all the resources you need. There is a community who you can connect with through Creative Roots and beyond, where you can feel safe, supported and grounded. All of you is welcome here. All of your feelings are welcome. All of your emotions are valid. From the numb to the anger, the frustration, the heartbreak, the heartache, to the laughter and the smiles, to the joy, to the fun. It's all welcome. You are all welcome here. Only hindsight knows what's for highest good. But something better is coming. This I do know. And like the phoenix, you live again. Life returns. Everything can be rebuilt and repaired and renewed, including you. sometimes in life we have to hit the bottom before we can get back up. Now I'm drawing this little Reiki session to a close, but know that we as a community are here to support you, and we are here to be with you, to sit with you, to share our resources with you. We do have space at Creative Roots. Contact us if you need somewhere to park up or pitch up, or just take some time out to recover before you go back to take care of your space and your place. It's not a problem. We're here as an act of service to support you, our community, and our community wouldn't be the same without you. So please do come and connect. So whatever you're doing, have a really blessed day, and I'll see you on time for the service on Sunday, or we'll catch each other on another recording. All my love. Namaste.